I want to talk with you about the importance of pre-swing in what you do and how the alterations of a grip or a ball position or something like that can really affect your ability to predict the distance, to control the distance, and to ultimately understand what causes these problems. Don't forget, by the way, to like and subscribe to the channel to get more information on how you can get better. Now, let's just talk about ball position, because ball position is, I think, one of the two most important things in the game of golf for you to be able to have predictability in your distance. So I'm gonna hit a 6-iron here, and I'm gonna show you with this 6-iron. Many of you have seen my stuff, and you understand that my 6-iron, I have a degree of trust and predictability with this. This will go out at about 184 miles an hour of club head speed, right around 118 to 121 miles an hour of ball speed, depending upon what happens. And all of a sudden now, I'm going to get some, what I'll say, understandable distance. So my 6-iron's about a 180 club. That's pretty much what I'm playing it at. I've actually gained some distance of late. So that one there, 181 in the air. So pretty good. My spin rate is going to be in the 5,000s, 5,500s, somewhere in there, with a launch angle between sort of 16 and 19 degrees. Apex is around 90. All those things are about what I want. So here's a launch angle at 17, apex at 93, backspins at 5,400, club head speed there about 82 for 121. That's pretty much what I can expect out of this. Maybe that club head speed's a little bit slower than I normally get. 82, I can get it up there to 85 if I'm really stretching it. But I want you to see what happens now when I take this ball position and I nudge it a little bit forward. So, and I know the ball position, many of you think about ball position relative to the feet, but I always look at ball position relative to the upper body. Where's the ball relative to my lead shoulder, relative to my nose? So I play my 6-iron right about off my left eye, but this time I'm going to put it up there right about at my lead shoulder or in front. Now, that launch angle on that other one was about 17. This would make sense that this would launch a little higher. And I'm going to try to swing faster so the club head speed gets possibly even higher than the 82 that I had before. But I don't think that distance is going to get to 181 carry. We're going to see here in a second, okay? So here we go. So there you go. Now, let's just look at what happened to that particular shot. So I went at it a little bit faster. I got 85 miles an hour of club head speed. So that was 3 miles an hour faster. My ball speed came down, went to 117. Why? Because I had more loft on that 6-iron. That 6-iron now, as it got to that golf ball, might have been behaving closer to a 7 or possibly even an 8-iron. And that golf ball now flies 10 yards shorter, 171. But look at the things that changed. The launch angle went from 17 and change to 24 and change. The apex went from 93 to 122. The descent angle went to 51, so that's coming straight down. My spin rate went up to 5,700. Everything changed. And I swung faster, and I got less out of that, 10 yards less. Now, I'm going to move the ball position back on this one. And you all are pretty sure what you're going to get. I'll even check this. So yeah, so that ball started 3.3 degrees to the left of the target, or where I was trying to hit it. So 3.5 degrees to the left. I'm going to put this ball to the back. And what do you imagine is going to happen? This is going to start more to the right. So when you start wondering, why am I moving? Why is my ball starting to the left? Why is it starting to the right? Well, because ball position is affecting that. Why is it a little bit lower? Why is it a little bit higher? Ball position is affecting that. Why is that ball landing and staying still? Why is that ball landing and releasing? Well, my ball position is affecting that. And that's exactly what you saw there. That ball flew 171.1 and it rolled out to 171.8, which basically means it stopped right where it landed. Now, here's the 6-iron. Same club. I'm going to move it back in my stance, so now it's kind of off of my right ear or my shoulder. So we're back there like that. Now, this ball is going to start to the right. It's going to flight out a little bit lower. I'm going to try to swing at 85 miles an hour again. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I didn't quite get to 85. I got 85 at 0.4. Totally different, right? So a half a degree of club head speed. Not terrible. But now what happens? Ball speed jumped up to 123. Remember, the other one came down to 117. This goes up to 123. Why? Because now my 6-iron looks more like a 5-iron or possibly even a 4-iron. And that ball flew out to 185. But it didn't stop there. It rolled out to 191. So now I have a 6-yard rollout on that 6-iron. What ends up happening with my launch angle? Well, that launch angle was at 24 and change. This one's at 13.5. And by the way, it started 3 degrees to the right. The other one started 3.3 to the left. This is 2.5 to the right. Call it 3 degrees. But one starts to the right, one starts to the left because of ball position. Now, am I a robot? No, I'm not. Am I going to make some alterations to swing? Maybe. But why does the ball position then affect what goes on with the start line? Well, I'm going to show you that in just a second. And then look at what happened to the descent angle. That descent angle before was 50. This is 39.1. What happened to the apex? 122. This is 75. Everything changed. What happened to the backspin? 5,600, now 5,000. And obviously it's got left spin. Okay. So why does this ball position have such an effect on the start line? Well, because this. When I move the ball back in my stance like this, and then I go reach the ball, give me a down-the-line shot, Gibbsy. If I go back to reach this golf ball, now what happens is you can see the logo on the shirt right here. And you can see my arms. If I move that forward and then go get that, now you see my shoulders have opened up, which is why it starts to the left. Because if my shoulder line is over here, my path is going to be going over to the left-hand side. Well, once I start taking an alteration to the path, now you know what I get? I get a different collision. I get a different loft delivery. I get an instinct in my mind that I better keep that club face open or this thing's going to go sheriff off the property left. Okay, so I now hang on. And the sheriff says, okay, that's fine. Keep it on the road. Where if I don't, that thing's in the woods and the sheriff says, oh, no, we got to write you a ticket. So ball position, huge effect on start line, huge effect on loft delivery, has an incredible effect on what goes on with the launch angle, and ultimately the distance. I had one that went 171. I got this one that went 191. I get a completely different distance out of it because I'm not paying close attention to the ball position. So what I like to do is this. I like to focus on that ball being off my left eye. So when I get in here, I'm not looking at my feet. I'm looking at my left eye. Does my left eye look like or feel like it's over the golf ball? Yes, it looks like it's over the golf ball. Okay, good. Now I've sighted my target. Now we go. Now there's my swing. 85 miles an hour of club head speed. Not quite the contact that I'm looking for. So a little bit then, I lose a little bit of ball speed, 180. And that ball goes out to 175, 177. I want 180. Not bad. I can follow that around. I got a 12, 15-foot putt. I like my chances. Pay attention to your ball position, and you're going to start to understand how you can have predictable, consistent, reliable distance, and ultimately, you can go out there and gain some confidence. Don't overlook that ball position. One of the most important things in the game and one of the greatest predictors of inconsistency in your golf game. To improve all parts of your game, subscribe to my channel and click the link below.